It's really a tremendous and humbling experience to be able to receive an award in the name of Rabbi Yehuda Kelemer, Zichrono Livracha. Unfortunately, I didn't have as much exposure as I would have liked to Rabbi Kelemer, as he was taken from us only a few years after I moved into the community. But with the time that I was able to listen to his Torah, to learn from him, to watch him, I learned so much just from what it means to be a leader and to be someone who is Marbitz Torah. Rabbi Kelemer was able to teach Torah in a way that was engaging and relevant. And I think that's something that I try my best to achieve, and that Rabbi Kelemer Zatzal was consistently able to achieve, to teach the Torah in a way that people want to hear more, people want to feel like they are connecting to it, people feel that it's relevant to them, and that they're inspired and want to grow from it. I want to give a huge thank you to the West Hempstead community and the Young Israel of West Hempstead for really embracing myself and my family into this community, to my wife Eliza, who without her I would never be able to share the Torah that I'm able to share, that I have the privilege to share. As Rabbi Kiva said about his wife Rachel, what's all of yours and what's mine is really hers. To my children, Ariella, Talia, Nafi, and Shua, because without them I also would not be able to have the privilege to share Torah. Ben Kramer, who has since made Aliyah, but was a staple here in West Hempstead, for inviting me to start giving a weekly shir in Halacha as part of this very special Chabura, and to Michael Mandelstam and family for hosting this Chabura every week, and for all the members of the Chabura, all the members of the Yeshiva Minyan, all the Gabaim, everyone that's involved in the Kiddush committee and the Chaburas, and everything else that goes on every week at the Yeshiva Minyan. And I want to really thank the dinner committee, the rabbis, the nominating committee, the president of the shul, the vice presidents, all the board, and really everyone that put together this beautiful evening. And I want to thank the Young Israel West Hempstead for giving me the ability and the forum to have the privilege to be able to spread Torah, to spread God's word, hopefully in a meaningful and inspiring way.
Rabbi Dr. Chesky Gewirtz embodies all the midos tovos that we could ever want from a true worthy recipient of this award. He is humble, he is sweet. His Torah, as Rabbi Kelemer Zatzal would often use the phrase, his Torah has a koach hamashicha. People are drawn to him and drawn to it.
It's hard to think of a singular individual as part of our shul who makes such an impact on a daily and weekly basis.
The idea of Torah's Chesed, the idea of a smile, bringing people in, helping people feel good, both as a psychologist and as a Rav, as someone who gives shiurim, as someone who leads a minyan, as someone who helps people. The Torah that he shares, the way he shares the Torah, the people that he draws in, that's the kind of legacy like Yehuda Kelemer Zatzal would have been so proud to see living on year after year and in so many different ways.
Whether it's the shiurim that he gives in the shul between Mincha and Maariv, or our weekly Chabura that he gives Tuesday night every week, putting together Mara Makomos, putting together sources, putting an enormous amount of work and effort into it.
We have 20-25 guys who come to learn together every Tuesday night for the last 5 or 6 years since Chesky's moved in.
High-level shiurim that all of us really benefit from, and it speaks to who you are as a Magid Shir and as a friend.
Always a good, interesting topic, always presented well, and it's something that the community has really felt immediately just by having him around.
A lot of times people stop me in the community and thank me for hosting events. To be completely honest, I do nothing. The substance of almost 90 to 100% of these events is Chesky Gewirtz. Whether it's Tuesday night Chabura, whether it's a Kumzitz on Tisha B'Av, whether it's a Shalosh Shudas on Shabbos, whether it's a Kumzitz on Purim.
Chesky's always there with the shir, whether it's Shavuos night, whether it's a random weeknight during the week, whether it's just Shabbos afternoon. He's always there, always available for a shir, always a shir that'll be interesting, engaging, well presented, and one that's always enjoyed by all.
Rabbi Dr. Chesky Gewirtz was my supervisor in psychology when I was in graduate school, and I learned a tremendous amount from him, not only in the contents of working with OCD and working with anxiety, but also in terms of a derech hachayim, how to appreciate how psychology and Torah ideas go together.
Chesky, as a therapist, is always sensitive to the different kinds of people that are in our shul, the younger, the older, the different generations, the different levels of intensity in terms of the frumkeit.
And he's always so sensitive, always to take into psychological aspects, into questions and decisions. He's so aware and so acutely aware of how you're feeling when you're speaking to him and how all those around him are feeling.
Whether it be dedicating as the initiator of the Yeshiva Minyan, the 835 Minyan, whether it be reinventing and reinvigorating our amazing parent-child learning program, and so many other examples, Chesky wants all of us, our families, our children especially, to grow in Torah and Yiras Shamayim.
The Yeshiva Minyan has been amazing. It's amazing for me. It's a huge privilege to be a part of that.
Those of us remember Rabbi Kelemer. He just loved inspiring davening with meaningful music and musical tunes. And that's something that Chesky has developed in the Minyan.
Chesky runs the Minyan. I think that's a real game changer for guys like me looking for a serious Minyan with serious learning after shul each Shabbos, and it's drawn a huge crowd. We have standing room only. Really, without Chesky, my sources of learning in the community and davening in the community would be very limited.
When every Shabbos Chesky gets up and says, "Thank you all for joining for another inspiring tefillah, and welcome to all the first-timers, and we welcome you back." I know it's a throwaway line, but it's actually very meaningful to me, because every Shabbos I'm inspired by the tefillah that Chesky leads, and every week I feel like a first-timer that wants to come back.
He and Eliza are fantastic role models for what it means to raise a family, al pi derech Hatorah, mitzvos, and the Yiras Shamayim.
You are a true role model to so many of us in this community that are trying to just be Torah learning Jews, and you're inspiring us always by continuing to grow in your Torah knowledge and the clear way you're able to share that with all of us.
It is truly an honor and privilege to present this year's Rabbi Yehuda Kelemer Harbatzas Torah Award to Rabbi Dr. Chesky Gewirtz.